Okay,
Yay.
recording started. Scenario 1.
Okay.
Here's that, and I'll read it out loud. You're a tech writer in Seattle considering a career change. When researching professional development options, you found UW PCE and really liked their variety of offerings for courses, certs, and degrees. You requested info about a user experience and interface design certificate and signed up to receive email updates. However, your inbox is getting crowded, and the emails have not been all that relevant to UX design. You follow a link in the latest email to manage preferences. Make changes to your subscription. So what I'm going to do first is just to ask you to look at this page and tell me what you make of it. So actually that should have happened before the scenario. Sorry.
Oh, look at
So
this.
yeah, the general page, and it's more than this long, so if you want to scroll down, let me just indicate. First look at this page and tell me what you make of it, what strikes you about it, whose site do you think it is, what can you do here, and what it's for. Look around and do a little narrative. You can scroll if you want to, but don't click on anything yet. So.
Okay, I want to scroll. Okay, so it's, so I can select what I'm most interested in to change the emails I'm getting.
Okay.
And I can tell it's from PCE.
Okay. What gives off that impression that it's from PCE?
So, like, at first I was looking up here and I was like, oh, it's definitely from UW.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of more as I scrolled, I noticed this header. I mean, of course I could see it. And then that just kind of makes it clear it is PCE.
Okay. And there's a little bit more to this page, so if you want to...
Oh, keep scrolling.
Yep. So now,
I see.
does it make sense where the programs are from, or do you still have a clear understanding of whose site this is?
I guess like seeing degree programs, I was kind of like confused how we got there, but now seeing that like those are the same headers, I understand that this is PCE and then this is degree stuff.
Okay.
But if I was not familiar with that split, kind of like the PCE or certificates and then degrees, I think I would be confused by the degree program.
Okay.
Because, right, like if I had never looked, because the scenario I'm looking into a certificate, right? No, the master's.
No. Well, disregard that for just for now, just the general.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I guess working here, I realize this is certificates and degrees, but I might not know that.
Yeah.
Right. But then. What happens under show all programs?
Do you want to look at that now, or that's part of a future scenario, so we can get there?
But then, let's see. The special program seems very clear, and the unsubscribe for all, of course. I guess, I guess for special programs, I might want more context that like Osher is for old people.
Yeah.
As summer youth is clear because youth, but then also summer quarter, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it just
more
could use just
explanation.
just a tiny bit more. I don't know what you would say.
Do you know if this kind of a format is helpful? Is kind of a similar thing to
Oh, I see.
PCE. Just kind of examples about what kind of emails you'll receive and what the program's roughly about? Or would you want actual links to the sites?
Oh.
Right, like
I
how
see.
much info do you want at this stage here?
Not that much.
Okay.
I think, because I think linking out would just,
Mm-hmm.
I would be less likely to come back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Like a short descriptor is okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. I guess I'm just saying that because the audiences for these are kind of, are different
Mm-hmm.
than my experience as a professional
Mm-hmm.
looking
Yeah.
for a new job.
And as a professional, does it make sense to you to be seeing some of this stuff on the page that you haven't subscribed to? So, in this current scenario, we're subscribed to the PCE news, but
Mm-hmm.
without being subscribed to Degree, you're still able to see that there's a category. Do you want that?
So then you would click on this and then it would have opt-in boxes, more
Mhm.
boxes to
Yes.
select.
Yeah.
I guess I might be surprised it was there,
Mhm.
but I don't think it would confuse me.
Mhm.
If I didn't know what it was, I would probably just
Skip it.
it
Okay.
and pick, what I was familiar with.
Okay.
The third side.
Great. Let us, jump into the scenario. So, thank you. Now I'm going to ask you to try to do some specific tasks. I'm going to read each one out loud and give you a printed copy. Already did that. And again, as much as possible, it would help us if you can think out loud as we go along. After each task, we'll ask you to fill out a quick 2-question survey before moving on to the next. So, we already read this, but you can
Okay.
go ahead and review again if you want.
Okay.
Okay. And you can use it as a reference if you need for your decisions.
What am I supposed to do now?
Just follow this. So make changes.
Okay. Okay. So, I get it.
Yeah.
So I want stuff about user experience.
So you've already signed up for the general, but it's a little bit irrelevant right now. So
Okay.
Make changes how you want.
Okay.
It's not necessarily one way or another. You could, if your inbox is getting crowded, there's many things you can do. Right.
Okay. So yes, I would want hot jobs because I want to change jobs, right? That seems clear.
Mhm.
Career trends.
And you can mark it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess tips for getting hired, that sounds good too. I guess being in the industry, I would know. No, sorry. These are descriptive. So yeah, UX would be in programming and tech.
I don't know. That's up
But-
to you to decide.
Okay.
Because,
I think so.
Okay.
And
what are you thinking as you look through this list? And is it clear what boxes you're filling out right now?
Mhm.
Okay.
My I guess that hesitation was just trying to define that field
Mhm.
where it would be, but
Sure.
I did. It just took me a second. So and then I this is clear that if I wanted to get other stuff, I would click more boxes.
So once you've selected these filters, is it clear to you that you'll be getting more or less emails than you currently are?
Oh. So, sorry, I wasn't thinking out loud. So, right, sorry, like this, the program and career news is the big, and then this is under it.
Okay.
And so, like, I was kind of thinking, like, oh, this is an addition. So I'm still signed up for everything I was getting, and now I'm going to get more stuff.
So it's not super clear.
It's not clear, but then, yeah. I could see it both ways. I think after looking at it, yeah, I guess if there was some way to kind of show that, like, umbrella type of thing, that would be helpful.
And does it help you to have the filters kind of shown as a default state, or would you rather
Like
discover that?
expand that?
Yeah, I mean, that's up to you, whether you think that's a helpful feature to surface.
I guess if I did have to expand it, it would be more clear that it was a subsection of this. But
Okay.
I guess I don't know that for sure.
Sure. Okay. Alrighty. So the second scenario is very similar, and you've already actually kind of accomplished it. So instead of unsubscribe, oh, sorry. This is why we're doing this pilot.
So yeah. I guess, yeah, alternately, if I came here and was like, I just want to unsubscribe, I would know to scroll to the bottom.
Yeah.
That would be clear to me.
That was just for task 1. Still hungry?
It's gurgly.
Mine's doing that too.
Okay.
Okay, so task 2 here. So instead of unsubscribing from all communications, you'd like to tailor the emails to be more relevant to UX design. You want to know what this field has to offer, but don't want to receive articles related to job hunting since that's not where you are at the moment. Make changes to your subscription. So actually, we're going to change it up a bit because you already did the filtering for the first round. We will instead ask you, how would you go about unsubscribing from the your PCE email? So say you've made all these changes from the first, and you decided, nah,
I just don't want
I just don't want any.
So I don't know if this would uncheck
Okay.
this box. I guess so.
That's what would happen.
Okay, yeah. So that would be clear.
Okay.
And then if that wasn't, just from having navigated other subscription preferences, I would know to scroll to the bottom, and there would be that unsubscribe for all.
Yeah. So would you do both, or would you do just the PCE? Because the scenario is just for PCE at the moment. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think saying that first, I would know. I don't know.
Would you scroll down to the bottom and kind of look at what's there?
Yeah, I guess so.
What would you do when you saw
Right,
that?
I guess.
Like if this was
Right.
in front of you, after you unchecked all that stuff.
And
And then
then I scroll to the bottom.
Yeah, what would you do?
I would hit unsubscribe for all, for sure.
So again, so you would do it twice.
So okay, so
what
I had
mean is you would unsubscribe from this by unchecking it, and then after all of this is unchecked,
I see.
you would still hit this button?
No. No. Sorry, I got confused.
Yeah. Okay.
So if I had unselected the program and career news box, yes.
So what are you struggling with right now?
So kind of this connection between the PCE header and this program and career news.
Yes.
I might not understand that the program and career news was everything I got from PCE. Okay.
Yeah.
Backing up, I was sorry. So I'm in here, I want to get less emails,
Yeah.
and I have unhit this.
Mm-hmm.
Then, when I got to the bottom, I think I might still hit the unsubscribe from all. Maybe just the distance from the save preferences in that box. But also, if I was...
But I guess, is that your intention to unsubscribe from everything on this page? So if you saw something like on this page right here, you have summer quarter checked, and you say you wanted that still.
Right.
Would that be...
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, then I would hit preferences. Yeah, I guess if something was checked, I would hit save preferences. If I had nothing checked, I think I would go ahead and check unsubscribe from it. Yeah. Just because I feel like I would want to see it check. I mean, that's like somewhere before I submitted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if nothing was checked and I got to the bottom, I would also hit that.
Okay.
Yes.
And potentially, I think it's a possibility that we can make it dynamic so that if nothing was checked on the page, then this would automatically become checked.
Okay.
So that it's clear that you don't have to do it again. But at the same time, if it gives you peace of mind to double check that.
No, I think that would clear it up.
Yeah.
Because if I had unchecked everything and I saw, okay, that is everything, because it says from all, then I'd be like, yeah, that's what I want.
Okay. Got it. All right. So, keep forgetting this. Here is your questionnaire.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. So here's that. In addition to the UX certificate, you're also considering the Masters in Human-Computer Interaction plus Design program, and subscribe to get updates about upcoming deadlines, information meetings, and more. You still want deadline reminders, but the bulk of emails are about info meetings, and you've already attended one. Make changes to your subscription.
Okay. So can I scroll?
Yes. Let me get to that.
Okay. So it is putting degrees first. Okay.
Was that unexpected or?
No,
confusing?
that makes sense. Having seen it before, I was like, where did everything go?
Yeah.
But I guess I wouldn't necessarily have seen it before. And then like also.
But if you have seen it before, is the ordering changing a little bit? Did it catch you off guard?
No, it seems it's nice. It's giving me like what how did it know?
Yeah.
How did it know
Okay, so-
degrees come
so
first?
It's a good feature.
Yeah, if
It's a
I
good surprise.
Yeah, if I
Okay.
was like I'm looking for degree stuff and it was right there, I'd be like, oh great.
Okay. All right. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I am tired of getting information, meeting info. So, I see. So I would unclick events
Go ahead and
for
indicate. Yeah. Okay.
HCID.
Very nice. All right. Close that task. Here's your survey.
Precious baby. Purple with your purple. It's a lot of purple.
Actually, we're going to be on this page again. Here's number 4. So you briefly considered going into education a few years ago, but have since changed your mind. You're surprised to see a series of subscriptions from that time still active in the system. Make changes to your subscription.
So I would click, 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 click,
Okay.
unclick.
And any comments or questions about that interaction?
No, I guess I would expand all programs just to look.
Okay.
But-
Do you want to do it?
Do you want to check it out?
I mean, I would just expand it to scroll through and be like, nothing else is checked.
I'll have a look at it. See if you...
Okay.
We can do that in the future.
Do you have it printed out?
Yep. Or if another scenario can give it to
Oh.
her. All right. So. Scenario 5. When comparing related programs on the MHCID page, you realize the Masters in Human-Centered Design and Engineering might also be a good fit. You remember briefly looking into this program on the PCE site too. Since you're already adjusting email preferences, might as well stay in touch with HCDE. Make changes to your subscription.
So I would show all programs.
Okay.
And then I would scroll to keep scrolling. Yeah,
Keep
I
scrolling.
don't see it.
Are you looking for it?
Did I miss it? I guess keep scrolling. Did I? Yeah. No. What am I looking for? Okay.
And what are you thinking right now? Are you?
I guess,
How
yeah,
you-
just keep
how you
scrolling.
feel?
Keep
Okay.
scrolling. Oh, okay, so I did miss it. I'll scroll up. HCD.
Any thoughts about what you're looking at?
Mostly just thinking of like doing this for work.
Sorry,
Like we
what?
have to click so many folders to find the degree,
Mhm.
you know. And I don't see it. Wait. No. That's the other one. Why can't I find it?
You're not done.
I'm having to read a lot. And I don't see it. Okay. I'm not reading very thoroughly.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to read quite thoroughly.
And would you be reading thoroughly if you're on a website like this?
No. I'm a very bad reader.
Okay. So is this a realistic scenario for you?
Not seeing it.
No, sorry. I just meant, would you
Oh.
be looking for another program? So is this list what you had expected when you clicked show all programs? Is this something that you want to see?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of all programs are you expecting? Is it all blank programs? From what brand?
Oh, all degree
Yeah.
programs.
From the UW.
From PCE.
But this is not branded PCE, it's just degree.
Just
right?
UW. Yeah. I guess.
So you would still expect PCE degree programs, but is that because you work
Yeah.
here?
Yeah. I think that's the only reason why I would think of a
Yeah.
of a difference at all.
Mhm.
Well, because I know we offer degree programs, I
Mhm.
guess.
Okay.
But these are the UW. Am I really just not finding? Is it
No.
here?
Okay, we can stop this task. Yeah. So-
it's just like
So this
I'm
task
retarded.
was designed to make you read a little bit.
Okay.
It's not actually here.
Okay.
It is one of our marketing degrees,
Yeah.
but it's not an email list degree.
Oh. Okay.
So it's confusing even for
Yeah.
PCE people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I designed it so that you're forced to expand the list
Mm-hmm.
to discover. Yeah. Okay. So it's not you. Don't be
Okay.
frustrated.
I swear to God, I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Okay.
But yeah, I hardly read sites.
All right. Short one. On your way to submitting your changes, you notice another old subscription to some recorder from your undergrad days. Make changes to your subscription.
I would uncheck.
Okay. That was quite short. Go ahead and give her that survey. Got to add a unchecked state for that. All right. Last task. It's a year later and you've already started the HCDE program. Your inbox is at capacity and you've decided to purge marketing emails. You tried to unsubscribe. Actually, that should not be HCDE, sorry. It should be MHCID. Your inbox is at capacity and you've decided to purge marketing emails. You've tried to unsubscribe to individual emails, but somehow they keep on coming. Annoyed, you arrive back at the preference center to stop all communications. Make changes to your subscription.
I would scroll all the way to the bottom and look for the unsubscribe from check.
And at this stage, feel free to,
It's nice
Do
they all
something else.
unchecked.
I don't know, did it?
Otherwise, yes.
What would you do to,
If they hadn't, I mean, it still says unsubscribe from all, but
Mhm.
I would just be a little less sure that I would be.
Yeah. And is it obvious that they all unchecked?
Yes.
But you can only see part of the page, so.
Oh, right. I had because I had 3 checked and 3 unchecked, I assumed they were all unchecked. But I guess, yeah, I would scroll up and be like, yay. They're all
Okay, so there is some sort of verification you would do.
Yeah. Because it would be so quick.
Yeah.
When I saw those were unchecked, I just scroll, see the other ones were unchecked.
Okay.
Would you do anything else?
No. I'd say save.
Okay. Very nice. That was the last one. All right. Thank you. That's all the tasks we have for you. Please help us by filling out a post-test questionnaire here. Joel and I will take a moment to confer, and we'll be back with some questions about your experience. You should also feel free to ask us any clarifying questions. So we'll go to my cube for a sec.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Whoa.
We have conferred.
You are retarded.
Once again, we are not testing you.
No, I know. I was like, why isn't the degree here?
So that was a little frustrating.
Yes. But yeah. No, I guess it would be no matter what. I've just never, people always call degrees different stuff here. And so like I was saying, we have all those S-Drive folders where it's how am I going to find this?
It's already stopped.
Oh, it is.
Right? It's what word did they put first? Master,
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was influencing it a little too. Because it was just I don't even know where on this list to look, how it would be alphabetical. But.
And is the list, as someone who works here and is familiar, because I'm guessing you said you're familiar with the offerings of PCE, but as someone who is familiar, was the list a familiar list, or is it, have you seen some of those programs?
It did seem like a shorter list
Shorter list.
than I would have thought.
Okay.
Shorter than the list in the catalog, for sure.
And as a user of any Mole Preference Center, you would use that feature, you think?
I wanted to unfold the little part.
It's for where we place the pages.
But this one isn't folded. Oh, it is. I see. This one's just angled. Needs to be straight.
Do we need to supply some kind of fidget device?
Clearly. Here, markers for you
yeah,
to
there you
sniff.
The smelly markers. I don't want to do it.
Did
Okay,
you have,
what was the question?
So the question was whether that list was something that you expected, and if not, how it differed from your expectations. And as you answered that part, but then as a user, the follow-up question is, would you seem to want to show that list several times before we got to that task. So there was a curiosity there that I'm wondering, as a user, if those options are available, would you expand it, and in that case, would you look through them all?
Mm-hmm.
You would.
Just I think when I was first there, I was like, what's in here, right? I would expand it.
And if you expanded it and were hit with what you were hit, would you, if you're not looking for anything in particular?
I would have collapsed it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would not have read through.
Okay.
I guess I would only use that if I was looking for something specific.
Okay.
Because I guess if I had a lot of time, I would, look at each one, but I don't think I would.
Yeah. And are there any context concerns? So you had some context issues with the special programs.
Mm-hmm.
But is there the same concern for those degrees? Or is it because they're in a more specific category, it's a little bit easier for you?
It was a little easier. I guess, if I was thinking masters, I want this master's program, and then I saw, degrees. I know that's a degree, but I think it wouldn't be the same if it was like master's programs or something. But they're not all masters, so you can't really say that.
Yeah. Right. Do you think it would help you to make that distinction if they were somehow
Like
broken out?
master's degrees
Yeah.
and then
Or would that
doctorate.
complicate?
I guess it would just complicate it.
So degree and PCE are both not super descriptive headers for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
And what would help kind of solve that?
Well, no, I mean, I guess degrees is perfectly descriptive.
Okay.
Because I don't know what else would catch that.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what we call it.
Mhm.
But I guess just some connection to PCE and the certificates would be nice. Because it never said, like, PCE certificate programs,
Yeah.
right? It was just, like, PCE brand, or it didn't say brand, but...
Do you know that it's about certificates? The emails that you'll be getting?
No, I guess not.
Because I think that's the issue behind
Yeah.
it, is that it's not actually
About specific programs.
Yes, yeah, it's not
Oh, so it is just
restricted.
brand. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess if I was totally unfamiliar,
Mhm.
except for I, like, heard people took certificates here,
Mhm.
right? I
Yeah.
might, like, want that context somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, our structure is, like, confusing even if you're internal. So.
Yeah, right.
It'll be
Not, like, crazy
interesting to
confusing, but...
see what people outside the organization
Yeah.
say about
Yeah, we should get Chris in here. He's
Yeah.
mildly retarded.
No, I really think that would be the most helpful. Because you can see how much context she has, and
Yeah.
with that context, she has
like-
assumptions.
Yeah.
She's like looking
It's
for.
almost making it more confusing.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you start thinking
no.
of different things too, maybe. Just 'cause
Yeah.
you have that
I'm
information.
like, oh, is it organized this way
Yeah.
because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Especially
know.
with that list, I think it was surprising to me that you expected a bigger list.
Yeah. I guess
right.
because it is a big list.
It's a
yeah.
big list. So,
But,
In the
yeah.
in your did you already do the post test
Mhm.
survey?
Yeah.
Did you ask anything just in terms of like overall, just like the look and feel and that stuff in that
No.
survey? Can I ask that
Yeah,
now?
of course.
Yeah.
So like just overall impressions of like the visual aspect of it, like
I
did
think-
it's like what?
It seemed clear. The line breaks, I think, made it very clear that those were different sections. The check boxes are nice. It was very clear when it was checked and not checked, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, I immediately saw that it had unchecked
Yeah.
yeah.
all my options.
Was there anything that really jumped out as like kind of like problematic or unclear or anything?
Like it took me a second to figure out that the two check boxes next to each other were the two gray boxes above it for degrees. It was like the events and whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, yeah. So I was like, oh, but you know, because we had talked about info sessions, I was like, okay, so I don't want the events. It just, I mean, I see it perfectly now, but in that 1 second, I was like, but wait, how do I select events for?
Mm.
And then I look and I saw there were two check boxes, like,
Yeah.
duh. But
Yeah.
I mean, for a second, I was unclear.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
I don't. That's one. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, like 4 a year. About 2 a year.
Yeah.
Oh no, about 2 per event. I see. I did see that, and I did think that.
Cool.
So you understand it, or it's confusing?
I guess it's like, oh, I am assuming that's what it means.
Mhm.
So it's not like I'm 100% sure that's what it means, but
But it might have taken a couple seconds to figure out what that was.
yeah.
That was a leading question, sorry.
No, I mean,
Targeted.
it's, yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I kind of was like, oh, that's what it means. Oh, I'll ignore it.
Yeah.
Right? It didn't seem like.
All right. And then from here, you had mentioned that it wasn't super clear that filters was a subcategory of program career news. But I guess you were also at the same time pretty confident that
Yeah,
it's a filter for narrowing your emails instead of adding more. Is that true? Or did you think like by adding these you were gonna get
Getting
more?
more.
Yeah.
I mean, it is weird to check more boxes to get fewer
Mhm.
emails, but I think because of all the messaging about like making it relevant,
Mhm.
I think ultimately I would be confident that I was gonna get fewer emails.
Mhm. So the amount of messaging you feel is helpful and not detracting from the experience. Because at the same time you said, I don't read a lot and I'm like skimming most of it.
Yeah.
So is having the information there useful to you, or is it just crowding that space?
No, I think it's useful. I guess that's just how I read things now,
Mhm.
is I just like look,
Yeah.
and if I don't get it, then I'm like looking for more information,
Mhm.
which is here.
Yeah.
But it would also be really easy to use it without wanting that information. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, I don't feel it's like clunky or any way.
Mhm.
And if I was like, I don't know.
So
If I knew
another-
exactly, I'd probably just done.
another question is, if you were presented with something like this, where, actually, there was another state.
Can you click these without clicking that? No.
No. So that would be another indicator that it's kind of tied, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, when we just had this checked, and you were presented with the managed preferences, this center. So I tried to ask you kind of in the task, but I wasn't sure if I got it right, a clear answer. But if you were just a brand subscriber and you
Mm-hmm.
came here, would you be attracted to filter your stuff, or would you just ignore it and move on? And as someone, as a user, do you want this feature, and do you appreciate that it's on the page?
I guess that really just depends on my relationship with PCE, right?
Mhm.
Like, if I just want general info, then fine, like, I'm done. But if I really am looking for specific programs,
Mhm.
then I would want that. And I would want all these options.
So it was interesting to me in the first scenario, I had worded it very generally, and I said your inbox is getting crowded and the emails haven't been all that relevant, and you're just making a change. So instead of kind of unsubscribing to it, what you took from that is the relevancy bit, and so it kind of drew you to
The filters, yeah.
instead
yeah.
of
Yeah, because, if it was just like, I'm sick of getting emails from this, why do I get so many emails?
Yeah.
Like I said, I would just scroll till I saw that and subscribe for them all.
Okay. And so because you're presented with a way to make it more relevant, you use that feature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. All right. Let me think. Do you have any other general impressions? Any points of confusion or frustration that you wanted to express after making each change? We noticed that you didn't, just scroll down to save them. But is that something that would have been part of your flow?
I would do that when I was done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But you did see that, and you knew that was a necessary step.
That final button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. And yeah, I would think I would mess it up if I did it in the middle of the process, right? If I checked a few and then hit save, and then checked more and hit save again, I'd be kind of unclear, right? I don't know. Did that all go through?
Okay, so the save button is something you saw and you knew had to happen at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we were just
'Cause,
unclear whether you thought it auto-saved or...
no, ultimately I would go down there. Because,
Right.
otherwise I would assume that, like, when I hit the box, it would be like, you're signed up, right? But since that isn't, I know you'd have to do something to kind of.
Okay. And
Yeah.
another state that we didn't design is kind of what happens after you submit the form.
I
So,
was just thinking.
so we would, you know, if
Show
it's
you, yeah.
if you've saved your preferences and you didn't unsubscribe all, I think it would probably just refresh this page with all of your new preferences showing up, and then probably a banner at the top or something with
Like,
like
you've
a
successfully
like
used
green
something.
banner that says like saved, and there's no need to really take you to another page. But I think there's potential, like if you've unsubscribed all, there's an opportunity there to gather some info, like why did you leave us, what did we do wrong, that kind of thing. You've seen that. So that could be a use case for taking someone out of this page in particular and gathering some more info from them. Okay, so any other questions? Or,
No.
okay, in general, not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. I guess just the degree programs trip me up the most. But
That one was meant to.
yeah.
Yeah, it was mostly meant to force you to read more carefully.
Yeah.
To find out that something's not there.
And I think, every time I wasn't, if I was very unfamiliar with it, I would read closer the first time, since I was like, I know these degrees. I was just scanning them for like any of those words, right? And so then each time I did it again, I was looking like more careful, but still not like my whole attention.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Which is.
But as a student, I mean, as people, we don't necessarily. I mean, we don't spend a lot of time reading sites, but also we don't. Sometimes we don't know the full name of a degree.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
so.
We call them so
That's what
many
I thought
different
was happening.
things.
Like I thought it was on there, but it was just like spelled out.
Yeah, no, that's
in a
what.
way
Yeah,
that you
that's
weren't really
what I was
familiar
saying.
with
It
or
was like,
something.
how do I know where to even look for this? Yeah.
Right.
And I never know what to call them either.
Interestingly, also, this state, when you were checking things, you had checked programming and tech. But I think it falls under design.
But I was like, if
That
I'm
is
interested
really
in this,
interesting, actually.
Yeah.
but I assumed if I was actually interested in that degree, I would know. That's why I was kind of like.
But I don't think
But
I would.
maybe not.
No,
Yeah.
Because those categories are unique to
Yes.
us. Like they're just
That's true.
They're actually not unique to us. They're unique to this product. This
Right,
is
because that's
different
not
from
even
the
the
RFI.
catalog. Yeah,
Yeah.
categories.
Oh.
Yes.
So,
It's
Yeah.
completely new.
why?
Supposedly, we're moving the catalog to this because
Oh.
people were unhappy. People, Athena, wasn't happy with how weighty some of the sections were compared to others.
Mm. Okay. Okay, so
What did you think?
It's all your fault.
For the did you ask just general impressions of like the test and stuff in your survey thing?
yes,
Those
at the
surveys.
end.
Yeah.
But anything you want to elaborate from the surveys, either of
Yeah.
them?
Or anything just in general about the test and how that went down and how
Yeah.
much time it took and all that stuff.
No, it didn't feel long, or it was just hard to think out loud.
Mm.
I think maybe
Yes.
like like you a couple of times I was just like, and you're like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Because it's just a little awkward.
It's an unfulfillar kind
right,
of
to be
mode.
like, and now
Yeah.
I'm going down the page.
Like, why am I confused? You know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weird.
Self-narration or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as it is, I would know how to use it
Okay.
as a preference setter. It's better than a lot I've seen.
Good news for us.
Cool.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.